All right, everyone, welcome to another 1v1 matchup. This one's going to be Oodalumps taking on Afin Shou. Oh, dang it, now I've said it too many times. I'm actually mispronouncing his name by accident. Afin Shou. And I've got here with me some poor choices to co-cast with me.
Hello.
And it looks like our game volume may have gotten messed up here. I know Afin told me he'd had a little bit of trouble with that in one of his recordings. So this looks like we did miss out on it. But I actually really enjoy watching both of these players. So I think this is going to be a really fun match. We got Uda, who's kind of the mini Bregan with the Forest Sanctuary, hangs on Panorama, versus Afin, who is a really solid player. We've seen him in quite a few tournaments, and he's almost always producing good footage. So,
See, and you immediately go with Mini Bregan, but the one throwing rock shot already is Afin. I do like both these players. I haven't
triple
played
shield
with them
breaker
directly too much. But Afin's always a really nice, fun guy, good part of the community. Uda's a fun, new, interesting player. So I like seeing these kind of new matchups. Definitely double rock shots. Bregan is probably enjoying himself far too much right now.
My pants are already off.
We don't have the sound cues, so I'm mistiming in my head my shields, but both players are also seem to be really focused on offense, just trading back and forth right now. I do like the fast, furious gameplay. They're at least using the poles, but Afin, at least we see a barrier, like a shelter defense.
Why that was a level lamp, because it seems like with all the shield breakers, he'd be heading towards Psycho Burst, but it was a level lamp instead of a quantum, so that's strange to me.
Flash hole for rock shot trade.
That's always
bunch
a
of
winning
shield
trade,
breakers.
in my opinion.
I mean, I would agree with you, except for the fact that we have like 6 shield breakers here. Why not try to get rid of the flash hole using that?
I suppose that's fair.
No offense. Uda's got no defense, but there's nothing he should be worried about right now. I don't know why he's not trying to push the attack. He might be worried that maybe those purples are bloody writs or something he can't deal with, but I would like him to get a little bit more aggressive here. And I think Afin, you got to be burning through those shield breakers. I don't know what your plan is, but I don't think burning through one would have really killed it there. But all right, here we go. Balanced hand. He's making his way in.
He'll get that psycho knife
with
eventually.
That +2 speed.
Jeez.
+2 speed, making the pursuit just a little longer than it needed to be.
If at first you don't succeed, just hit it 5 more times because it's a cheap attack.
I mean, he is piling it on. That's what it's good for. Doesn't look like there's an answer for it. Uda trying to trade some damage in.
It's working out.
I mean, they're still both in.
That Fire Gehenna was not the right move.
That could have been a game-changing Gehenna, though, if he got it right. He is getting his jump timings right now, though.
He's got to stay away from it. Afin's got him on the rails.
He's got it. He's doing mechanically, though. He's correct. He's doing the circles.
No, that one's going to hit.
He's staying away from it. Oh. I think he doubled back to try to see if he was going to pick up that capsule.
Yeah,
put himself
unfortunate.
in a
he
corner.
Just didn't have a shield to deal with that, but maybe the arsenal.
Props to Afin
well.
though for pushing that attack and the aggro. Psycho Knife should not have been enough. I don't know what that shield breaker plan is, but you knew that he had no shields. He had no real answers for it, and
he did have
might
shields,
as well.
He had plenty to deal with it. Oh, yeah, that was really well played from Afin. That's one thing I've noticed, that some of these other mid-tier players we've seen in groups so far, they're not pressing their advantages like they should be, and Afin did right there. So I want to give him props on that. He pushed that advantage really well. And
I think the nature of 1v1, you need to be able to get aggressive in situations like that. We've seen even high-level players who are just maybe a little bit too acclimated to tag, not pushing the advantages.
Well, you know what? I bet you Afin was probably going to be complaining about my earlier cast, because I was saying why I was confused that it wasn't a quantum amp, just because I'm used to seeing that with Psycho Burst. But I remember that's actually one of the feedbacks I gave him back in the day, is that I thought quantum amp was just bad in general, because I don't like giving any advantage to an opponent. So I will admit that's an adaptation that I do kind of like, because most people do tend to have enough aura that Psycho Burst still hits like a truck. So I wanted to walk that one back. However, Afin didn't get the benefit of seeing this last night.
you got Bregan to admit he was wrong, which doesn't happen nearly as often as it should.
We'll have to see if he's still able to get up
we
there.
we see Uda with the Forest Sanctuary. Same thing. I think he could have gotten it from the corner of that bench. Maybe he ran away because he didn't want that bench broken by the rain. He gets rid of the Psycho Burst. Can't use it right now.
Yeah.
I don't see an orb or an amulet. Well, that might be. Maybe that's what that is. I was going to say no real environmental.
I think Afin does have crush in here because yep, there it is.
Right there on deck. But we'll see what that yellow Oodalumps picked up is.
Did you see if that was 2R or 1?
I believe it was 2. I believe it's the orb. Hard to tell, though, because my video quality is a little low.
If I was Afin, there's not much else to do. I would use Crush at least every now and then.
I would spam it a couple times just to make sure it's not Amulet, unless he got the count quicker than I did. Doesn't quite take the Rian, sadly.
The Psycho Knife could still do some damage here, but we know
Uda
runs multiple Glacial Walls in there, so it would only do so much at this point. However, we've yet to see Uda show that he has any way to finish out this game himself.
Yeah, I mean, for all Forest Sanctuary does, that Photon Barrier is going to be very good against it. Not going to be a lot of high damage, high attacks going on here.
Well, that was the problem we saw he had versus Venom before, is that he just didn't have any way to finish out the game. The Forest Sanctuary sure shuts down a lot, but you have to have a way to finish off the opponent, either through popping or through solid enough offense. And
I know you love it in the 1v1s, or I know you love Forest Sanctuary in general, but in 1v1, where you can't really combo with somebody, unless you've got alternate win conditions, I really don't like Forest Sanctuary. Just feels like you're only aiming for a draw.
It has worked for me in 1v1s past, but you have to get aggressive with the popping, because then that forces them to engage with you, and so then you can kind of do both, you know. You can get the damage in, and you start whittling the arsenal down. But we haven't seen that yet. However, Afin's obliging. We know that he does eventually have the diabolical trick.
He is whittling himself down here. And I don't know if he's digging for anything in particular, but if he's not, and I don't like that he got rid of that crush before using it again. And maybe he knew it was orb, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
He finally gets up there.
Yeah.
I was pretty sure that he could still make the jump.
See, he does have his Psycho Burst still. He could shield break into the Psycho Burst combo. That could be pretty brutal if he hits it. Oh, that's perfect.
Oh, he does hit it. He only needs one.
I was going to say he missed the timing on the shield break, but he's in one-shot territory.
I think that's also a misplay on Uda. He should have gone and made sure that was properly hung. He's had plenty of opportunities with the reincarnation. He could have done so.
And he does have more, but
he doesn't even attempt to.
He doesn't have time to put it in a great place. I think Afin was just trying to scare him off the side. No. I would have just manualed that, made Uda jump and camp that Forest Sanctuary. You may have a second chance at it here, though.
Don't play into the Glacial Wall. Just pick it up. Overwrite one of the 2 attacks. Keep Psycho Burst. And go. Get it. Uda's just going to give it to him.
I get rid of the...
He's down to 3 capsules, though. Here. Uda's got 2. Oh, he can get the last one now. That Glacial Wall is huge. All he has to do is survive after this. Admittedly, not the easiest.
Yeah, he's going to have enough time. He's got +2. He can, he can check. You just got to get in a good position here to hit him.
Oh, no! Oh, but he lives. He lives.
Perfect.
Afin's down to 1. He's got to live for just a moment more.
That was great timing.
Oh!
He's got him.
Mini Bregan. Taking down Afin. As it was foretold.
He just dug. He dug a little too much. I don't know why. If you know they've got a Forest Sanctuary, you know you got to play it slow. Pick up what you need to. Once that crush came out, I don't think there was anything else he particularly needed to be digging for. But all players keep digging stuff. Still, I think that was good out of Afin. He didn't give up right when he was popped. Definitely was trying to seize the victory till the very end. Did get that nice Vibration Blaster off. Was just shy of being enough.
Yeah, this is a solid set. It's 1-1. I'm really enjoying the back and forth. It looks like, is that going to be a regular rhythm, you think?
Yeah. For based on what we've seen with a three arsenal deck, that very well might be. I don't like the build of it. Looking at the 18 capsules and
maybe
everything else, and here's why. Here's why I don't like that. The levitate is clearly meant to be hanging, but now you're going to have to dig through about half your arsenal to get enough ore to use anything.
Maybe it is a regular.
And
I think the photon wave is probably the next thing to go. That or reflect mirror.
18 skills in there. This is what happens, I think.
Yeah.
I honestly would have burned through that reflect mirror by now.
Mm-hmm.
Pick up an attack you know you're going to keep. Get rid of your defense. At least you have a very insulated
I think I would overwrite
spawn.
the reflect mirror and the photon wave and get this moving. You can't go one skill at a time.
I'd agree.
Gotta move faster. Uda's up to 9 aura with a heat on.
I was going to say, especially when Uda's he's in a great position. He's got a yellow, so I'd agree with getting rid of that exhaust. It's likely he has orb or amulet again, maybe. He's done his homework, it looks like, on Afin.
Yeah,
Afin does not look like he's done his homework on Uda.
He's going to pay for this.
These are some high-cost skills for an 18-cost arsenal, too.
I'm curious what the enviro is. Maybe it's chaos?
I don't think chaos would be a good call either, though. Especially Uda's going to be the one with the low-cost vibration. Get rid of that reflect mirror already. I don't agree with wasting the levitate either.
Levitate's multiple uses. It's not...
Is it only 5?
That's jump.
Oh, okay. Fine. You can use the levitate. But he's eating a lot of damage. We do see an enviro. I don't know if he's enough.
Lasers are giving him a pounding right now. It is chaos. Not that it's going to matter.
Even if he puts chaos down, yeah, I don't think it's going to do him any good. And it's going to be a tough call to get it down. That was very good against the ice, but... Yeah, Uda wants to put him down before he can do anything with this enviro. But he doesn't have enough ore to play the enviro, because again, it's just way too high cost.
He's actually used the ice sword enough times that he would be able to continue to use the ice sword right now. So that's some interesting...
Yeah, levitate the heck out of there. I think Afin's real problem was the arsenal build on this one. I know he's got some damage trades going on now, but
was that dark hole?
There goes the rock shot.
Or vacuum wall?
Yes, I think that was dark hole. No, dark hole would be no, it'd have been fine.
Must have been vacuum wall.
He didn't go down a health.
He missed
up to 11.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, the deck was clearly built around this technique. I almost say go pick it up.
Yes,
no, you can't now because you can't levitate.
Oh wait, and
would have played that one in a place you can get.
Barrier either.
Nope. I mean, I like the idea. I mean, that vacuum wall is going to be brutal now.
I don't really like the idea.
But at the same time, I think the execution on all of this, you're now down to 14 skills. I don't think you can get through that vacuum wall. You burn through about half your attacks.
Udo used the recall as well.
It's a rough spot.
21 capsules.
Yeah, and he clearly it's not that he's been running nothing but low cost. You've gotten a reprieve from the vibration laser, but that's about it.
I don't like ground laser on lane, and I don't like it with the damage buffs either. I think this arsenal needed some more testing before it came out.
We do see that Afin at least has enough aura now. It looks like he's going to go try to trade some Psycho Blades.
I mean, that combo at least worked. But
I think the ground laser was... I think he assumed it was going to hit the wall. I think the ground laser was to trick out the vacuum wall to throw the Psycho Blade. It was a good combo. I mean, Afin not bad mechanically. Like, he knows what he should be doing.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he hit it. He hit the full damage on it, too, so...
I mean, this is a match
down
that,
to only the ice sword
by
as
all
well.
accounts,
He's burning trying to find another attack.
Was already over. Yep, that's what exactly was doing, is trying to trigger the vacuum wall. So the ground lasers did a lot more work than we gave him credit for. And just with that, Afin is not only back in this, but he's got the initiative.
Uda should have been able to block both of those with a vacuum wall, or I'm assuming one of those shields he had to be a fortress as well. So it's...
Yeah, maybe it was too cautious, though. I don't know.
There was some misplay on that as well.
Still, I think it's good capitalizing on... Oh, there's a boost mine, but...
Dazzle could
again with 18 skills
he needs. That will snap Psycho Shell, but his Psychic Wall will block it.
Yeah.
And this is his final hand. This is all he's got to work with.
I don't know if that's a great spot to be in, but Uda's clearly a little worried because he has one shot.
Yeah,
you gotta use that dazzle, trigger that shield, maybe throw a psychic wall just to see if you can trigger the shield. Everything's high enough cost at least. Heck, I don't know if I'd go get a boost mine and place it to try
he fell down into it.
Decoy. Perfect. As soon as you knew he was coming off. Great positioning.
That's a 2-1 lead now for Afin.
I think that was a great recovery on what was not an ideal situation.
Yeah, Afin played that out really well towards the end. It's unfortunate. Uda had what he needed to erase it. I'm still fairly certain one of those shields was a fortress even. But Afin puts in the work with the Psycho Blade and gets the job done. It's well done. Well played.
Yeah? Are you saying that Uda just sat there and took his lumps?
You already made that joke.
I've already made that joke.
It was bad.
I don't care. It's going to be even better the third time. It's going to age like a fine wine.
I was trying to think of a good getting old joke, but I ain't got nothing.
No, ain't that just sour grapes?
It is.
Okay, I wonder... We've got double jumpers here.
Looks like it's
where they're going to take us.
Decision for Afin here.
From both players, though, it seems to be an affinity for those soft hang environmentals. I think that's the most we've seen out of those all tournament.
I wonder if that was more just because Uda did it, Afin decided to do it, just as like, well, I can do it too. And admittedly, Afin came out the victor in his. Well, I mean, I guess they both did. You know, both of them won their Enviro Hang games. Not cleanly, but they did win them.
We clearly have the Bravery Decision deck, and I'm going to disagree with you on the online Excalibur. I love the random chance of the online Excalibur. Ooh, poor jump pad out of that.
Online Excalibur. You're not disagreeing with nothing, dude.
Okay. Well, I know Snowrise had a tough run with it, but I've hit 3 6s in a row before. I love the randomness. Let's leave it all up to chance.
It does tend to bite me, but it works often enough that I can still, justify it at the least.
Good block on the Gehenna. You've got a shield that's perfect just for that.
I feel like I don't know if I've been playing
jumping games.
Underrated defense lately. I've been starting to use it again.
I think it is easy to get around with melee.
Yeah, it's a
because
wall
it is
defense.
It's a very narrow wall, especially if you start playing the circle games with it. But as far as low cost and blocking things like an unbuffed Gehenna, yeah, you really can't beat it. Still would keep some Psycho Shells.
Well, the thing that I like about Psychic Wall lately is people have been planning to break Fortress and Psycho Shell, right? They want to be able to do 8. But rarely do you see anybody plan to break a Psychic Wall. So sometimes you're like, I'll just throw in 2 or 3 Psycho Shells and I'll just call it good. And they might break all 3 of those, right? But most people don't plan to hit 9. So you have Psychic Wall become a much more reliable shield because so few people plan to get through it.
That's true. And I do want to interrupt you, though, just at... Afin, why are you not digging right now? You have bravery. You could have picked up that decoy. You could have gotten rid of that decoy. Like, you need to be able to get to an attack. Uda again is not pressing his advantage.
Uda
Maybe because he sees your hand. But I don't know why that decoy is such a game changer that you're not willing to burn through if you have. And I don't know if I agree with the bravery decision builds. I don't know if I like bravery decision builds, but at the same time, if you're going to build it, you got to get to it.
I think he needs to drop one of the shields too. I would keep either the shell if you're confident in it not being broken, or the wall if you think it will be. Which in this case, I think I would keep shell. He finally gets a bravery, but I really don't like overriding the attacks.
You lose a cluster bomb to get there.
Exactly.
I mean, especially when you see 2 shields on deck. I mean,
and you know he's running Faith, so
it could be 2 attacks right there,
flash hole.
And possibly some darks. A good trade there. Afin has been very good with being willing to take these trades and setting them up, though. I think that's something he did earlier. Good fake. You've seen the iron skin. You know that's going to be a pain for your Excalibur.
Fortress.
That's what I mean. It's made of iron, I'm assuming.
The wall of fire is in this situation too. But it means he can fire the railgun with impunity.
Troublesome defenses.
Oh, diabolical trick was not the right call there.
No, but I mean he's in a low capsule opportunity.
But not against a railgun. It is almost never going to pop.
Yeah, I don't know if you got the health to be popping. Especially the one we know, the one he took.
Because somebody who times a railgun well, they can even hit you before you get the capsule.
True. Oh, I think he was trying to bait the trade, but mistimed it.
Yep.
I think you could set up a manual railgun here too.
That's what I want to see more. Is I just want to see him start firing these railguns. Like, just do it.
Yeah, I don't. You got the plenty of aura. You can spam quite a few. You've got the aura. You got the aura lead on your opponent. Make him time the dodges.
Yeah, unlock manual.
I think he's trying to bait him into another popping situation. I don't agree with that.
I mean, if he can bait out the fortress enough times, he's got a higher aura count and lower cost skill.
Just get rid of the Psycho Shell if you want your Flame Sword.
But he only needs 3 damage. Well, yeah, I suppose. But yeah, he only needs...
Yeah,
there it is.
Because if you lose that other... That's fine, but if you lose your Excalibur or Flame Sword, why would you lose 2 melees knowing you have a fortress to deal with?
So that's,
like, you could have easily gotten rid of a Psycho Shell.
3-1 Afin then?
That is 3-1 Afin.
Yeah, 3-1 Afin. Sorry, I thought it was 2-2 there for a second, and then I realized the video was over.
No, there was some good plays, some unorthodox things, but I think Afin did a very good job of capitalizing on momentum and capitalizing trades. Uda did not really push. He didn't push the Forest Sanctuary when he needed to break the hang spot. He didn't push on lane, and I don't think he pushed accurately on city. I think that was the hole in his gameplay there was the aggression and being willing to get in there, but when you had the advantage.
Yeah, well played to Afin. Congratulations on the win, and hope to see more out of both players. It was a fun series. Thanks for tuning in.